The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Let's go, baby!
Are you ready for a break?
Yes.
Are you ready for a break?
Absolutely.
Ready for a break?
Yeah, and so much for that.
It's time for The Break on DallasCowboys.com
We were on the break!
with Ambar Garcia, Brian Broaddus, Vach Lombardi, and Derek Eagleton.
It is Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, Season 21, Episode number 87. Welcome to the latest edition of The Break. We are live from SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. We're presented by LG. LG is the world's #1 OLED TV brand for 11 years and counting. See why at LG.com/OLED Evo. How's everybody doing today?
Great.
We good?
That is not as good as you, sir.
Hey,
But I'm doing all right.
hey, man, life is good. Life is good. Life is good. Hey, you know, I actually did want to open the show
Why do you
today.
look like one of the Pips today?
You look like one of the EBs.
I'm expecting like.
How much that jacket? How much that jacket cost? $500,
My
$600.
Goodness.
It's like
Yeah.
my man looks like one of he was the
Perfectly
Temptations. What
tailor
has
made.
he got going today?
Jacket.
Come on.
Is
Come on, man.
Tina Turner gonna pop out? I'm Mary. What
The
do we got
EBs,
going,
man.
man?
The EBs.
What are we doing
Well
today?
done.
Eagles.
Well done, Brian. Well done. Well done. Well done. All right, here we go.
Left a good job in the city, working for the man. Every
We've been through about 5 different groups. What are we doing? All right. Here's
That's
what we're
what
gonna do.
Smokey Soul Town will do for you.
I did want
Tina
to.
Turner and the Pips is crazy.
I know. Right. Yeah.
Tina Turner, go ahead.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I did want to quickly because Amber called me out yesterday
Ryan
about
reminded
the
us.
TVs.
I did.
I do have some good news and I have some bad news. All right, so we're gonna start with the bad news. The bad news is the TVs didn't work out. We couldn't do the TVs. All right. So bad news is we're not doing the TVs. However, the good news is this Friday we are inviting all of our listeners to. Now you have to do this Friday. You have to be live on the show.
Crying. because he doesn't trust himself.
He doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't want to give it away. So yeah, Friday you have to
Oh my
join the
God.
show live. Join the break live, and if you join the break live from our app, there will be a special surprise for those who are in attendance on the app live during the show at 11 a.m.
But-
Central. She's crying.
Is it going to be a surprise for everybody?
It's a surprise
Oh my God.
that.
What are you
that-
doing?
Just
Stop.
cover your mouth again.
I'm not giving it away. I'm not giving it away. It's a surprise. It's a surprise.
For context.
But
for context.
Amber crying.
Ryan. Yes, I'm crying
Don't you
because
spill it
the
either.
fact.
no, you're crying hard too.
Yeah, because it's so funny. The fact that Vach doesn't trust himself and he has to cover his mouth. Derek gave us a warning before we started the show. He
careful.
has a surprise.
Because I knew that
Yes.
if I didn't, y'all just be telling everything.
There's a huge, huge surprise that you will not want to miss.
Absolutely.
The show this Friday,
Friday.
correct? This Friday. And we cannot give any hints
Yes.
whatsoever. So Vach had to cover his mouth because he doesn't trust himself that he won't spill it. So it's very important we don't give any hints, but trust us, you do not want to miss the show this
So
Friday.
did I make up for the TV?
You may
We
not.
don't. We don't know what's going to
You
happen
know.
Friday. We don't know if it's making up for the damn TV because we don't know what's happening Friday. What's happening Friday?
You know.
So I don't know if it's made up for it or not. Give the people that damn TV.
Oh my God.
Well, we will see.
But yes,
Make sure you do it
fans
on
will
Friday.
definitely enjoy
Okay,
that.
I thought so. I thought
Yeah,
fans
yeah,
were
yeah.
like, it's a make good. It's a make
Yeah.
good because I didn't deliver on the TV.
That'd be cool.
But I think it is going to be something that
You have
fans
to
will,
find a
that our fans will be
solution.
very
Very cool.
excited about. So somebody will walk away very, very happy on Friday.
Yes.
So make sure you join us Friday, 11 a.m. Make sure you do it through the app and make sure it is live. That's how you'll make sure that you can be a part of that.
So people in the chat asking, like app or live, like what's
App.
better for them? Like,
App.
so,
you have to be on the app
Okay.
live. So at 11 a.m. you need to get into the app and join the show. And if you do that,
11:02,
then you will be
11:03 maybe.
you will get a chance to be a part of that
So y'all tune in Friday.
Yeah.
Friday. 11.
in the app.
People in
Yeah.
here, go Dollar Tree, Derek, go! They're chanting for you.
And let me tell y'all something.
He won't be from
Ain't no damn Dollar Tree in this one. Ain't no damn Dollar.
You need to show up for this one.
Yes.
Show up.
So we got something planned.
They don't sell this nowhere, boy.
We got this.
He's like,
planned.
switch the topic.
Man, let me
get
go.
into it because
He's like, let's get off this before I give anything.
Let me
away.
download the app.
All right, here we go. And we'll talk later. All right.
Can I have a family member tune in Friday and bring me along whatever happens?
oh my God.
Oh, stop.
Stop.
Stop. Stop.
Well, I will say this.
Don't worry about it.
I will say this for all our listeners out there. For all our listeners out there, it probably is a good idea if you
can't
have
help
family
himself,
members
Brian.
to have them join as well. Like if you've got a wife, you've got a significant other, you've got a kid. Like have
I got
all
30
your family
wives and
join.
30 kids. Yeah.
If you have all your family join live, I think that's a good thing. So I would try to get as many people as you can into that show.
I got a lot of wives and children to tune in on Friday in the app specifically. Only for this show?
Only for. Come on, man.
So
only for this show.
So at 11 Central Time, and not an hour sooner, not an hour later, me and my 100 wives and 30 kids gonna be tuned in Friday for the TVs, allegedly
No, for the TV replacement.
replacement.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
All right.
Switch it up because he's about to
Yeah, he
spill
is.
it.
Oh,
He's
goodness.
dying over there. All right, here we go.
I want to say something.
Here we go.
He can't contain himself.
Let's talk injuries.
Yeah.
Cowboys have a few guys that did not participate in practice so far. Let's talk about Jadeveon Clowney, his hamstring, and Tyler Guyton with the ankle injury. What are we hearing, Brian?
Guyton's not going to play.
Okay.
And Clowney will be a game time decision, much like he was against the Raiders, where he was dealing with the neck, the shoulder, that kind of problem. So he was okay against Kansas City, and so we'll see if, in fact, that he is able to go on Thursday, and that's the plan.
All right. We also have Trayvon Diggs, who has been back at practice. He was limited yesterday with the knee injury coming back. What are we hearing about him and the possibilities of him playing this week, or does it get pushed out again to next week or even the week after?
I think there's a chance he's going to play this week, but then you have to make a corresponding move, and you have two of those left. So then somebody is either going – I don't think they have anybody that they could put on the injured list to kind of make a switch there. So there'll be somebody coming off the roster likely to get him activated. Just we kind of feel like that maybe it might be another cornerback. We'll see. Maybe it's an offensive lineman, linebacker. They've got some options, but it's what's the disappointing thing about that in talking to some folks is that somebody's going to come off this team that's maybe helped you kind of get things righted. And if it's a defensive player, and there's a lot of unknown right now about with Diggs, and I'm saying this as nice as possible. Where's the buy-in? Is there going to be the buy-in? And they believe that if he was just 80% buy-in, that they would be a much better defense. And the hope is that all the things that's happened, the changes that they've made, the players that they've added, they're hopeful that Diggs will come in and be a guy that buys in. Because, like we said, somebody is going to probably have to be put on the street that maybe was one of these guys that was completely buying into what was going on. So that's the difficult situation that they're in right now.
The Lions have several guys that have popped on their injury report. One of them has been placed on IR, Terrion Arnold, who's a cornerback for them with a shoulder injury. They also have Khalif Raymond, one of their wide receivers, in addition to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Both of them did not practice, wide receivers, and then tight end Brock Wright. Talk to me about what that means for them, starting with Terrion Arnold, because he was a starting cornerback for that team.
Well, the Lions, what they want to do is they want to press you and they want to man you. And Terrion Arnold is really good at that. I can't speak on Rocky Sin and how good he's going to be out there, but if we're just talking about talent, names, and numbers, you've seen what this Cowboys, wide receiver group looks like versus top-tier corners and how the head coach, play caller, how he attacks that. Like, hey, man, you a top-tier corner, but that ain't stopping me from going after you. So I don't think it's going to stop the Cowboys from going after him at all. DJ Reed on the other side is another good corner, but there's a lesson in every bar. We know what it looks like when a really good corner is on one side and some regular dudes on the other side. So there's going to be plenty matchups that the Cowboys can kind of take advantage of. But as just coming from a team that wants to press man you and their best press man guy is not going to be there, that's going to be massive for them. And on the other side of the football, if they're going to throw the football, Sun God get a lot of targets. He get a whole bunch of targets. So if he's not going to be available for them, they're going to have to find out how to throw throw the ball somewhere else. Him and Raymond being out is going to be our guy Isaac Tesla, the rookie from Arkansas, and it's going to be Jameson Williams, and
who is a threat.
Who is a threat? I think he's really a threat when you got Sun God operating down bottom. You can just throw it over the top. That's really how Williams gets busy or whatnot. But hey, nobody's gonna feel bad for you. The Cowboys played a bunch of games without Lamb, a bunch of games without offensive linemen. We still waiting on Diggs to come back now. So it's just kind of where we at right now.
Yeah, well said. When you start to talk about teams that like to press you, Dallas is one of the best in the league when it comes to playing with man coverage. And all you need to do is line up number 3 out there and let him go to work. And that's where he thrives. That's where your quarterback thrives. So they'll be able to handle that. This team plays, as we mentioned, just a ton of that man coverage. They also play a lot of their base defense. They're really locked into that. We saw another team earlier, the Raiders, that played a lot of their base defense. So the Lions feel like that they can get away with doing that. Losing that cornerback, losing Arnold, that puts them in a little bit of a bind right now with what they're trying to do. I will say this about their defense. I'm sure we'll get into it a little bit more. This is one of the better tackling defenses in the league. They don't miss tackles. When you watch the tape, you could see it's usually the ball carrier, they get there, they get a tackle. A lot of it has to do with they got really good linebacker play that helps them in a lot of ways.
All right, we're going to take our first break. We will come back, and we will dive into the Detroit offense versus the Dallas defense. We'll be back. DallasCowboys.com radio.
If you can't be at the stadium, there's no better way to watch your Cowboys than on an LG OLED Evo TV. That's because everything you see is more lifelike. Every play, every hit. I mean, you might as well be on the sidelines. That's how clear it is. It's all thanks to LG's legendary technology. Perfect black, over 8.3 million self-lit pixels. No one comes close. LG OLED Evo is the best TV in the game for a reason. See for yourself at lg.com/OLED Evo.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman here, the official pitmaster of the Dallas Cowboys. This holiday season, I've got Yeti's new insulated bowls and food storage working overtime. The insulated bowls are amazing. It'll keep queso warm or guacamole fresh. And the food storage containers protect my ingredients and help me stay organized. They also make great gifts for the host, making Yeti bowls and food storage MVPs for the holidays. Get yours at Yeti.com or a Yeti store near you.
I'm home.
Hey, Mom. Before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
Cowboys fans, here's the game plan. Touchdown Tuesday at Take 5 Oil Change. Just wear your Cowboys gear and save 25% on your oil change. No huddle, no overtime. Just drive in, stay in your car, and roll out. You'll be tailgate ready in 10 minutes flat. Keeping up with your car shouldn't be a tough call. Take 5 makes it as easy as calling the coin toss. Take 5 is the official oil change of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit take5.com to find a location near you. Offer valid through December 31st, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. Valid only at participating locations.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a pepper thing.
Back to the break.
Choose perfection. Choose LG OLED Evo. Check out the best TV in the game at LG.com.
Welcome back. It is the second segment of Break Live from the SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. This segment brought to you by blockchain.com. All right.
That was loud.
What y'all got for me, Brian? Let's talk Detroit offense versus Dallas.
What do you got on that? What do you got on him, Voch? What do you want to talk about first?
Man, we talked about them injuries, Brian.
Yeah.
That's their business. It ain't our job to feel sorry for them. They wouldn't feel sorry for us. You know, we gonna be missing our left tackle. They don't care. Nope. But I will say, if you're gonna do anything to this Lions offense. We're gonna do both today, right?
Yes.
You're doing
We'll get to the other part in a second.
You're gonna do anything to deal with this Lions offense, man. You got to deal with Gibbs and Montgomery.
Yep.
And I don't want to just say Gibbs because Gibbs is the big dangerous name fantasy football. Everybody go get him, but man, if you watch the runs, 10+ runs, Brian, that's what we like to go to.
10+ runs.
Montgomery get him too.
He does.
Montgomery get him too, and he runs hard. He runs physical. He'll run away from you as well. Yep. So a point that I made earlier is you already going to have the advantage as far as big boys in the middle goes.
Sure.
Defense-wise, right? But it don't matter what offensive line you're going to be lined up against. I feel like you're going to have that advantage. The Lions are compromised in the middle. They got a character at left guard named Awosika. He ain't all that great. Christian Mahogany got hurt, so Awosika been playing the last 3 games. It is what it is. Tate Ratledge, the rookie from Georgia, powerful guy, doesn't turn very well. I think the Cowboys can take advantage of that. They tried to bring back their all pro center, Frank Ragnow. He ain't passed the physical.
No.
I don't know if he was hurt already or if he got hurt during the physical. It's not my business, but he hurt.
That would be something.
Glasgow ain't been playing great.
Yeah.
And he kind of hurting a little bit.
Yes.
So they got another character, the right guard, Tristan Colon, yeah. and he's going to be playing. Long story short, you can whoop feet in the middle. Whether it be pass rush, whether it be run defense, you can destroy them in the middle. It is what it is. What I want the Cowboys to really do, and me and Brian already talked about this, I don't have a fear of this with Clowney or Donovan per se. But when the others get on the field, I think containing C-gap is going to be super important here. Because I think you're going to be able to whoop feet in the middle so bad, B-gaps and A-gaps, center and guards. I think you're going to be able to whoop them so bad, the Lions are going to try to bounce things outside or just try to toss outside. So this week, y'all been playing better, so I can say your name now. Fowler, Sam. This ain't the week to just run upfield with your eyes closed. You might want to stay at home. You might want to look around. You might want to contain, keep everything inside. Clowney's really good at that. Donovan's good at that. Clowney's going to be kind of day-to-day. So we're going to have to keep eyes on that. But as far as run game goes, I feel fine about the middle. It's the outsides that made me a little bit nervous. Luckily for us, the Lions offense don't have as much window dressing as it once did. Like Ben Johnson would window dress it all day, every day. They'll still do a little bit of it, but not to the extent that Ben used to do it. So I don't think this is a game where Kenneth Murray get mixed up and misdirected too much. I think Overshown's going to be fine. You need your linebackers to run this game. You need your linebackers to run, your edges to keep everything inside and let your tackles whoop up on these offensive linemen that have no business being on the same field as them.
Yeah, the Lions are in a little bit of a difficult situation with the injuries they're having at wide receiver and then the injuries that they've had with the interior of their defensive line. But they're a right-handed running team. That's predominantly where they try and go to the right side. That's where Penny Sewell and those guys are over there. So really kind of with Clowney being a little bit questionable, Clowney could be the guy that is going to play that edge very well on that left side, and then Ezeraku on the other side. So keep an eye on how that thing breaks down over there. But I think the Lions, and I think Vach would agree with me on this, I think the Lions are going to come in trying to run the football. I do. With the way that their situation is at wide receiver, at tight end, yeah, they could still throw the ball. They could throw the ball to Williams down the field. They could throw the ball to these backs coming out of the backfield. Dallas has got to prove, though, that they can stop a swing or a screen or something like that. They played the screens actually a lot better the last couple of weeks, but this is going to be about, though, Detroit is going to challenge you running the football, and they're going to challenge you because they will try and run the ball through the middle of your defense. And Dallas's defense has done a much better job, with some of the stoutness, the 3-man lines. We'll maybe see a little bit more of that this week. But I have a feeling that Dan Campbell is going to want to turn this into a very physical game. And he wants to see, even though he's compromised at offensive line, he believes that much in his 2 running backs. Dallas had better be ready for that ball coming downhill.
So one of the things I'd love to see this week is because it's going to really kind of give us a gauge on just how good this run defense is. We think they've gotten a lot better. I don't know if they've been challenged in the way that they will be challenged this week against the run.
Yeah.
Sure. Cowboys have to put points up early. Yeah. We always talk about the Cowboys offense when we're talking about the Cowboys defense, but it works hand in hand. If you keep this game close and you allow the Lions to just run the ball all day, then they will run the ball all day, but that's what they want to do. If I'm the Cowboys, coin toss or whatever. I want to take the ball and I want to score immediately. I want to score and I want to force the Lions to pass the ball. Mm-hmm. They don't have Raymond. They don't have St. Brown. They got some receivers, but there's a lesson in every bar. We've just come against teams that they got 2 number 1 receivers. They got all kind of wide receivers. This wide receiver group currently, because they're hurt and compromised, this is not a wide receiver group that I fear. Jared Goff also is the first quarterback that we've played this year. I think there's no fear of him running around.
There you go.
Jared Goff ain't going to run around at all. So if they're compromised in the middle of the offensive line, we just talking about pass rush now. Get after them in the middle and pinch the edge. You can do whatever you want to do because Decker, the left tackle, historically he's been pretty good. He's playing real bad right now because he's an old man. Owasaka, go whoop him. He ain't good. Colin Cologne, he is not powerful at all. Tate Radlich, who is powerful, slants, gap exchanges, so I'm taking Osa and putting them on him. I'm taking Quinnen and putting him anywhere, and Kenny Clark on the left guard, and that's how you go party. Yeah. And if Jared Goff think he's gonna run, now you got Clowney and Donovan Ezra doing that thing on the outside. Make those dudes throw the football, and the more that you pressure Jared Goff, and you can say, well, Vach, if you pressure any quarterback, they'll be, but if you pressure Pat does magical things. Yeah. Goff is not going to do magical things, especially when it's covered up downfield really well, and he has to hold the football. You can really get him there.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. When you watch the sacks and how they develop, it's teams making him hold the football because he's not going to run away from you. He is going to stand there. He wants to get the ball out of his hand. They're going to go big on play action. They're going to try and get linebackers to hold and see if they can get guys. They're a big run after catch team, but they're compromised in that area right now. So what I think will happen, though, is like you mentioned, the interior, they struggle with interior pressure, and that's the thing. And then since like the trade, you look at Williams and Oso-Diggies, who I think they lead the league as a defensive tackle combo for the most pressures in the league. Since that, I think it was week 11 when they made the trade. So that's where the Lions are going to be. They're going to have to try and find a way to win on the outside. If they can win on the outside, it makes it easier on Goff. But if they don't, if they hold the ball, then this is where it comes into play for Dallas, because Dallas will then have an advantage for attacking the interior of that pocket.
Brian, Diggs is coming off injury.
Sure.
Thursday game, so the timing's all messed up, Brian. But they got to cut somebody to get them on the team, right?
At least, yeah.
What you think that rotation is going to look like? You think they're going to let Diggs go and play free? You're going to be maybe these 2-man sets. It'll be Bland and Revel when they go nickel or something like that. Then maybe you'll bring
Carson's in the mix too.
Carson's in the mix also.
Yeah,
Please
I think Carson's in the mix here too. I think that eventually you'd love to see it where all of a sudden there's the buy-in from Diggs. He looks healthy. Everything's cool. You'd love to see Bland, Diggs, and Ravel play, the 3 guys, and play it that way. But I have a feeling that they're going to try and monitor a little bit what Diggs is doing, and so trying to work him back in. I think you'll see Carson involved here, depending on what happens, though. With situations, though, at other spots, they take another corner out of this. They take Bridges out of the mix, much like they took Elam out of the mix. Is that the corresponding move that they make? But you're going to see some combination of Bland, Diggs, and Ravel out there on that field.
Let me throw this real quick. I wanted to this last game. Revel had 95%. He had 95% of the snaps. He played a ton this last game.
For sure.
What did you guys see from him? Have you seen anything from him to give you an indication of where he is in his acclimation to NFL football?
Revel is very comfortable. Revel seems like he's fitting right in, like the mental reps of it work fine because it's not like he's lost out there. And that's one of the big things about, Cowboy corners. It sounds mean, but sometimes wide receivers be wide the hell ass open, and we just don't know, hey, who's your guy? There's not a whole bunch of pointing with him. When he was in college, they did a bunch of the match stuff. Yeah. So he knows how to pass guys along. He knows that it's zone until it ain't zone no more, and then it's kind of man or whatever. But I think what's going to end up happening is Flus is getting more and more press man guys back. So like Trey is a bona fide press man guy. Revel is that also. What I think is going to happen is when they do play man, it's going to be a lot more of that. And I think that's where Revel's really at home. So what you've seen from just he fits fine. He looks great where he is right now. But when you do more things that he's great at, which is long arm, go be physical, go be bigger than somebody else, I think he'll be even better. And that's just him versus like guys like Rashee Rice or something like that, who's like a dude for real. Yeah. I don't see Tesla and Jameson giving him the same kind of problems that some of these other wide receivers have.
Yeah, I think to me when you watch him play, he's got the length, he's got the size, the range. I think he's got the temperament for the position too. I think he wants to go out there. I think he wants to compete. I think he's very adaptable to either zone or man. You could see him like early when he came back, he was able to, his ability in zone coverage to drive on the ball, to go and make a tackle. He wants to be involved. That's something that's really kind of important to him. I think every week he's gotten a little bit better, and they've thrown him out there and they said, okay, go be that guy. And he has been. I think it's actually helped Bland. I think it's taken some pressure off Bland to have to try and go out there and make every coverage. They've been able to, we've seen the last 3 weeks, though, that Flus with this defensive back room has played zone very heavily against the Raiders, played zone very heavily against the Eagles. He played more man. He played 60% zone, which meant he played 40% man. I think he now has a combination with Ravel and these other guys to be able and go and play and adapt to whatever quarterback he's playing against. If he feels like that, Jared Goff traditionally can eat eat zone coverage alive. Then you maybe have to play, especially with these receivers being a little bit compromised. Yes. Get up on them, challenge these receivers to go have to make plays, much like you did against the Commanders when they were down there too talented. When McLaurin and Deebo Samuel were out, what did you do? You challenged them. You challenged their receivers. And I think he's going to try and do the same and make a Goff hold that ball and hopefully get his pass rush home.
I was going to say, watching from the sideline, when you're a player that's unable to play due to injury or whatever, it can be a very valuable thing if you take advantage of it. And he's a guy that, despite his youth, I've seen him in the way he watches the game and absorbs everything. He took advantage of that time of being out to not just be chilling and like, here we are at a football game. He actually... You see the involvement, you see the desire to learn and watch and take advantage of all of that. And I think now it's translating to what we're watching on the field. He really took that time to do what he needed to do when he couldn't be there physically on the field. And I think it all comes together, and the more they play games, obviously the more comfortable he's going to get and the more you're going to see out of him. But just seeing him for the first time in this in the time that he's been playing, it's been great and like a great start for him. And we talked about his physique. You guys mentioned it. He has a great physique for the position of what you're looking for in a corner. So I'm excited to see more of him. And I think everybody here on the chat too, talking about the way his speed and how fast he is. That's another thing that you look for as well.
Early this morning, I was talking to my guy Will Steele, and I was saying that moving forward, like Cowboys drafting, like watch they just take nothing but like mature, grown, played a lot of football, not a lot of nonsense guys. Because if you look at the returns that they got on Booker, Donovan Ezraku, and now Revel, like it just kind of shows you. Like me and Brian was saying last draft, like, hey, this is a draft that the Cowboys got to hit on, right? So if they're gonna do the extra research and not look towards the nonsense prospects or whatever, if you've heard anything about these guys, Booker's a captain type dude, Donovan's a captain type dude, Revel is a captain type dude, and now you see the grown and the how they approach the game. They're not like complainers. They're not, you know what I'm saying, like they're in and they're working. I can see the Cowboys leaning that way just in the future drafts or whatnot.
Yep. All right, we're gonna take our final break. We will come back and we'll dive into the Detroit defense versus the Cowboys offense. This is DallasCowboys.com radio.
Every day begins with a promise to work hard and to build a future. That's why we're here, providing the tools, expertise, and John Deere equipment you have relied on for generations to help you get the job done right. We're with you. That's our promise to you, because no matter the project or the challenge you're facing,
we're with you. We're united.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm home.
Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
From the field to the festivities, Lucchese embodies the essence of luxury and tradition. Handcrafted with meticulous precision, each pair offers unmatched comfort and style. Stand tall while you're tailgating or cheering in the stands with the Dallas Cowboys collection by Lucchese. Shop the collection today at the Lucchese store at the Star in Frisco or online at lucchese.com. Lucchese, the official boot of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
Back to the break.
AT&T, connecting changes everything.
Welcome back. We are in the final segment of the break live from the SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. We're talking about the Cowboys versus the Lions. Brian, Vach, tell us a little bit about this Detroit defense versus the Dallas offense.
Man, Brian, Derek Eagleson doubling up the work on us. It's all good, though, man. We was ready.
Got to do short week.
We was ready yesterday, man. Brian, man, these man, we talk about Cowboy advantages and things that they're good at, Brian. We talk about the Cowboys' offensive line and how physical they are, in the run game or whatever, man. You run into a Detroit Lion front seven that's pretty damn good versus the run, Brian. But I tell you what, man, you just run into a couple of teams three teams really, if you look at the Raiders also, you just run into three teams that on paper they're really good versus the run. Yeah. And that ain't really stopped the Cowboys from going out there and running anyway, because I think you have some matchup advantages there. Yeah. The Lions, they got a really good interior, just like we got three big dudes, they kind of got three big dudes as well. Ours are better. But just watching Reeder and McNeil and those guys, like those are guys I've been wanting on my team for a long time because they big, heavy, husky, and strong. But that's what our guards and center are as well. So once again, Brian, we have this front. There's a lesson in every bar. We just dealt with fronts that are big up front. That's not scaring me away from running football. And I think your head coach, play caller thinks the same thing. I think where somebody else is good, we're probably much, much better. So I wouldn't shy away from the run in this game, but I think you're going to have to run the ball to set up things down the field, and I think that's where you're going to win the game. You're going to win the game getting the ball in the GP and CD's hands. And it sounds, sure, like that's how you win all games, but if Tyrion is going to be hurt and, Rock Ya-Sin, former first-round pick from the Colts, if he's going to be there, then fine. But go find Robertson, go find Branch, and go out there and throw the ball all over the place.
Yeah, I think there's ways to do this too. I think you're absolutely right about how the protection is going to be. Dallas will run the ball. I mean, we always worry. We always go into the game. Oh, well, Dallas is going to be able. They're going to have to run the ball. I think Dallas will run the ball. I think Dallas can roll out of bed and get 116 yards rushing. Mm-hmm. They'll find a way. The combinations between Williams and Davis, and then maybe Dak mix in a run or two on a scramble or something. Sure. But they'll find a way to kind of put that together. I think throwing the football is the best way to travel in this game. And you mentioned about making Detroit have to kind of chase you in some of those ways. For sure. And if it takes them out of their running game, that's even better for the Cowboys. So. Yeah, with Dak, he could deal with blitzes. This is a team that likes to blitz. I mentioned it; they like to play a lot of man coverage. They also like to play just with their base, with their base defense. So they're not going to change things out. You're going to kind of see the same personnel out there for the things. But Dak can attack, especially with Arnold in this group and Kirby Joseph not being available at the safety spot. I think is going to affect him. Brian Branch is a really good player. When you look at the draft and you're looking for safeties, you're always looking for the Brian Branch kind of guy. But they're compromised a little bit with Robinson at safety, and also, having to deal with those losses. It's going to be difficult for them to match up against the Cowboys. But can you find a way to, in this game, block Aiden Hutchinson.
Sure.
That's going to be something. And then Muhammad is also another one that you're going to have to worry about in this football game as well. But making sure that Hutchinson, he gets double teamed, he gets chipped, he gets, spaced, all these things that you kind of have to deal with him. He's going to play the left side. He's going to play the right side. He's probably going to be lined up over Steele quite a bit in this football game. But you're going to have Nate Thomas start at left tackle. Nate Thomas did a good job last week, but this is Nate Thomas's first game on the road as a starter. So things you got to keep in mind going into this.
Brian Hutchinson is a dynamic player, run dude, pass blocker or whatever, but I just keep going back to that. Cowboys have shown me, and I just have confidence in the last couple of games. Like Max was a guy like that. Jalen Phillips was another guy like that. Like you can deal with these rushers, and they line them up all over the right tackle, Brian. That's the new wave. Back in the day, they used to line them up over the left tackle, but just line them up over the right side guy. Like that used to be a minus matchup for us. But how the Cowboys typically operated, Dak is always going to get rid of the ball quickly. Williams is going to be a big help. Tight end is a big help. But I just think Terrence has been playing a little better in general. So shouts out to Terrence. What's going on there? Shouts out to Terrence or whatever doing his thing. But I don't think that the Lions are going to be able to stop you anywhere. They are a good run defense, but they're like in like a top 10, 12 or something like that run defense. Right. That ain't really stopping me, Brian. What I think is going to be really interesting is what they do with DJ Reed.
Yeah.
DJ Reed's a really good corner. But the Cowboys have played against like the Jets or something like that. Like Sauce will be on one side, and you just kind of get to do what you want to do on the opposite side there. They have an option of where they want to play DJ Reed. I think they're going to keep Reed on the right side of their defense. That'll mostly put him against Pickens. I'm not going away from DJ Reed if I got Pickens because I got Pickens. But for the most part, I think Lamb against Robinson, 5'10" corner.
They've struggled with Robinson playing.
5'10" corner. He's not running the best and all this kind of stuff. Super reactive. You can double move him or whatever, Brian. I think Lamb is going to eat him alive. And whatever wide receiver combination you want to run, let Flo get involved. But it depends on what they, how they operate with Branch. Now, Branch is really good tackler versus the run, physical, all this kind of stuff. I want to see him cover Ferguson.
Blitzing, too. You got to worry about him on the blitz.
Blitzing, too, also. And we saw from the Chiefs, we broke it down on film on our show, Brian, is that the Chiefs did some extra things to try to take Ferguson out the game.
Right.
That's fine. That's why CeeDee Lamb kind of hitting you deep down the field. You know what I mean? So I think whatever the Lions decide to do, they're going to have to do it with scheme because they don't have the guys to take away the Cowboys' offensive options or whatever. So whatever you scheme in one place, the Cowboys just got to find the other place that's open.
Yeah, the one final thing I thought is I think these linebackers are good. I think Alex Anzalone, and I think Jack Campbell. I think they're very physical the way they play. They get up on the line of scrimmage. They tackle very well. I mean, you don't see a lot of missed tackles. If all of a sudden you're in this game and Dallas is making them miss, boy, that's a great advantage for the Cowboys because Detroit's a very good tackling team, one of the best in the league. But a lot of it has to do with the way their linebackers play. Yeah. They will blitz. They will play the run. They're a very physical group. Dallas has got the inside people to be able to handle that, though, because these linebackers, like I say, they will stick their nose in there and make some plays.
All right, let's move on to predictions. The one thing that's interesting about this week is we've seen Dallas play really well the last few weeks. The interesting part, though, is if you look at the games that the Cowboys have played on the road, and certainly the ones they've played on the roads against good teams, Chicago, Denver, Carolina, has not been well. That's been probably the worst days they've had from an offensive standpoint have happened on the road against those teams. Obviously, they had good days against the Jets and Vegas, but those have been that's something worth noting when you talk about this game. So tell me, what do you think is going to happen this week? Dallas goes to Detroit to take on the Lions.
Derek Eagleton, Brian Broaddus, Ambarita. Listen, man. I think Shotty's a dude that takes things personally. Mm-hmm. He's very motivational in that way. Mm-hmm. And if I had to assume the Cowboys got a bunch of TVs around their locker room, little monitors or whatever, I bet that Lions game last year is going to be on a loop. And I bet it's going to be a part of his message that these people came into your crib and they tried to embarrass you. And
they tried.
They did embarrass you.
They tried hard to embarrass you.
They did all this kind of little stuff, and they throwing passes, and they throwing passes to the offensive linemen and stuff like that. They came in here to try to make you look crazy. I think that's bulletin board material. I think the Cowboys are going to be very motivated, and I think you've built enough on defense defense to where you can truly compete with anybody, especially a team that's compromised with a lot of its talent on both sides of the football. I'm a homer. Sorry. I think Cowboys going to beat the hell out the Lions at their crib. I'll say by 35-20.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, I think Dallas is better equipped now to travel and play in these games. I think they're better equipped with the defensive line the way it is. I think the secondary is improving every week. You just got to be ready to face this running game. I mean, I know that offensive line is those backs make those linemen better.
For sure.
I mean, you've got to tackle. You got to stay in your gaps. You got to make sure you just don't let these backs just kill you in this football game, because I think if you take the running game out of it, though, I think Dallas can do enough with the way they're compromised with their offensive line and receiver to maybe affect golf in this football game. So give me Dallas 28. Give me the Detroit Lions 24.
See, the only thing that gives me pause is that I'm starting to believe, and I'm starting to feel good.
What?
You
Are
know?
you a homer? What?
No, I keep it real, okay? I keep it real.
Okay, cool. Keep
I'm like that side of the table over there.
Keep
Brian
doing
and
that.
I keep it real.
Because we
on
about
this
to
side.
agree. Please, go ahead.
But the point
Right.
is,
Yeah.
the point is that anytime I start to feel that sense of confidence, I get slapped in the face.
That sounds like a you problem.
Okay, I think we all get slapped in the face by
nobody
this
smack me
team.
in the
Nah. So
Nah.
Am I hang around black people? Have I been hanging around black people? I'm sorry, everybody.
I hang with you guys every day of the week. I'm
A little
with
bit of
you
soul
guys.
has gotten on you. That's real, please.
I mean, look at my skin color.
I see.
I'm Dominican. There's
right,
blackness in me.
All right, sister.
All right.
Sister girl.
So that's what makes me uneasy about this, because I do think the Cowboys are very much capable of winning this game. They've shown us what they've got right now for 3 weeks in a row, and you feel comfortable in feeling like they can go even away from home and still perform. And now this team has just a different vibe to it. They have a whole different energy, and it's very contagious, and you feel it. Even if you stand outside the locker room, you don't even need to go in the locker room after a game. You hear it all the way from outside. So that makes me feel good about it, but I am nervous and a little uneasy about the thought that I'm feeling this way. I'm still going to pick the Cowboys to win against the Lions. I think it's going to be around 35-32. That's what I'm going for. But it will be, again, one of those close games where they keep you there with your hands sweaty all the way to the end of the game. But I feel like the Cowboys have the tools needed to win this game.
I think this will be strength on strength. I think you're talking about, in my opinion, the best run game, maybe not statistically, but I think this is the best run game, certainly that the Cowboys will have faced this year, maybe in the NFL. I think the Cowboys have shown themselves to be a team that can consistently stop the run. They've done a really good job at that, and I think especially in a week where they're coming into it knowing that this is a team that wants to run the ball and will run the ball well and does run the ball really well, I think it will be a challenge for them, and I think the Cowboys meet the challenge. I actually don't think this is going to be a close game. I think Dallas goes up to Detroit, and I think they put a whooping on them.
That's what I'm saying.
I think this game is going to be a beatdown, and I think Dallas wins, obviously, 38-24.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
I don't like hearing that.
That's what I'm talking
Makes
about.
me even nervous. More nervous.
We will see.
All
All right,
this confidence.
He's a bigger
Oh my
homer
God.
than you.
Remember, this Friday.
Hey, y'all.
You
Come
need
on.
to you need to join the show Friday. Again, you need to join live, and you need to join
On
via
the
the
app.
Cowboys app. So make sure if you don't have the app, download the app, get on to watch the show
Why do you
live.
need to get on the app?
Huh?
Why do you need to get on the app?
Because there will be a way for you to be able to join the show on the app, and that's a part of what the surprise.
Can you see names and comments and stuff?
Yeah. Actually, people will be able to comment inside the app. It's similar to what they do on YouTube. You
How
can
do they win?
comments.
Do they have to come in and say something, or just be in there and we'll just go find them?
We will tell you everything on Friday.
Just end the show.
You join the show Friday.
He starts getting too
He
comfortable.
does. You join the show Friday.
Eric, tell everybody goodbye.
Live from the app. and you will be able to take part in what we're going to do on
Is it going to be multiple winners? Because,
Bye, y'all.
Hey, man, we'll see y'all Monday.
It's going to be a whole bunch of
Friday.
Watch Lombardi, Brian Broaddus, Amber Garcia. I'm Derek Eagleton.
Hey,
DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!